Okay, so I was doing some reading directly from our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and it's quite interesting what I found. I was looking under section 7, which basically covers our right to freedom, to basically like legal process, and to our bodily autonomy. Essentially, what it came down to is that the only thing that can trump our bodily autonomy and our ability to choose what goes into our body is what was referred to as fundamental justice. Now, that's the tricky thing. If you look into it, apparently this fundamental justice is something with fairly broad and not very clear-cut boundaries. It's not something that's clearly defined. So at the end of the day, from what I understand, our right to choose what is put into our body or not is highly dependent on our cognitive ability to discern and understand the consequences of our actions. So we have to be of sound body and mind. Now, my question about that is who gets to decide that? And what constitutes someone being of sound body and mind? Because what I understand as well, I can't recall which section, but one section of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms also covers our freedom of religion and belief and of conscience. So if I have a religious belief in an all-powerful God, and I read the Bible, and my belief is that by prayer and by understanding of what God wants for me and my will, if I make my will the will of God, I try and do what my belief tells me to do, and my belief is founded on this faith in a higher power, and I believe that through connection to that higher power, I have a true understanding of what's right for me, then how can anybody else's discernment of my cognitive ability and of my soundness of body and mind trump my own? That's the question that I have. So I would recommend everyone seeing this to look into that particular section, section 7, and look into fundamental justice and not very clearly cut boundaries that encircle it. Now, if push came to shove, I'm not sure how much or how well any of this would stand up in court, but these are the things we need to be thinking about as Canadian citizens right now. We are citizens of Canada. If you were born and raised here, or if you've moved here and you've gotten your citizenship, these are things that you need to think about right now. I'm just starting to think about it because I foresee in the near future it being a necessity, being able to respond to external threat with the knowledge and understanding of our Canadian rights. So that's all. Just wanted to share.